Today I'm at the inlet of one of the most famous rivers in the country. It's here where the River Isis meets the River Tame to form the longest river in England. And this river has shaped the geographic and political history of this county because it was in this area that William the Conqueror crossed in 1066 to claim victory over London. So where am I? Well, join me in a moment as we escape to the country. On today's show, we're conspiring with a retired couple to escape the Essex suburbs. But will the hills be alive with the sounds they're looking for?
I'm not sure about this road.
We strive to strike the right notes.
You can't have complete silence all the time.
And finally, it's music to our ears.
No
Is it quiet enough for you?
Or cars.
Just a bell and a duck.
Today I'm in Oxfordshire, and this mighty river is of course the River Thames, or to call it by its correct name, the Tame Isis. Now at 215 miles long, its source begins in the Cotswolds before travelling through Oxfordshire, creeping and curling through London, and eventually flowing through to the Thames estuary and out into the North Sea. Landlocked Oxfordshire is the most rural and least populated county in the southeast of England, with almost a quarter of the countryside lying within an area of outstanding natural beauty. Against a backdrop of the Chiltern Hills to the east and the Cotswolds to the west, this county has some truly beautiful scenery. And the mighty River Thames meanders through some of Oxfordshire's most picturesque towns. Right on the banks of the Thames sits the city of Oxford, famous for its prestigious university, which was founded back in the 11th century and is the oldest university in the UK. For over 800 years, this city has been home to elite academics and is now a major draw for tourists, with a variety of shops and historic buildings. From grand houses to pretty thatched cottages, there's a wealth of handsome property here, making Oxfordshire one of the most desirable places to live in the country. There's so much greenery to explore here, and an interest in all things green certainly wouldn't be a bad thing because Oxfordshire is a big bucks county. The average detached house here comes in at about 43% higher than the national average, and the most sought-after properties are within that golden 2-hour distance commute to London. But no matter how deep your pockets are, it really does pay to do your research into this county so you can work out which pocket of it you could live in. If you're property hunting with £1,250,000, this detached home in Shiplake is largely laid out on the ground floor and comes with 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a glossy state-of-the-art kitchen and very spacious reception rooms. Further north in Witney, and this former waterworks has been converted into 7 unique properties, including this stylish 4-bedroom studio house. On the market for just under £700,000, it has particularly striking open-plan living areas on the first floor, which are enhanced by a huge glass atrium roof. But if you're looking for something more traditional, £400,000 could buy you this quaint thatched cottage in Great Hazley. It has 3 bedrooms, and recent refurbishments include a handmade oak kitchen and high-spec bathroom. So Oxfordshire certainly has plenty to offer today's buyers. But for this pair, I think it's less of an escape to the country and more of an escape from their children. Now that's got to be a first. Husband and wife Barry and Karen, along with their dog Harvey, live in this 8-bedroom Victorian house in Brentwood. Barry has recently retired, but there's no end in sight for Karen's workload if they stay in Essex.
We've lived here for some time now. Everything's revolved around the children. They're older now. They are all working. We've got to move on, and we won't do it if we stay here. I will still wait on them and run round after them. So we must move on and live a life of our own, and they've got to get on with it, whether they like it or not.
But their 3 sons aren't being left high and dry, as selling up will release some capital to help them onto the property ladder. So with 3 less people to accommodate, what type of property do they have in mind for this downsize?
We'd like 3 to 4 good-sized bedrooms, a nice-sized kitchen and 2 reception rooms so that we can have our televisions in different rooms.
A property with some character, some history, some hopefully interesting features, and I'd also like a double garage.
I like an ensuite, and so if the boys do come back, they can pig out in another bathroom and not use mine.
And they're also looking for some respite, not only from the boys, but also from each other.
My favourite room is this living room. I have my jukebox with all my favourite 45s from the 60s and 70s. And of course I have my TV with the surround system when I can watch all the sort of programmes Karen's not interested in. We need 2 reception rooms so we can have our own entertainment.
My favourite room in the house is my kitchen. When we move, I'd like to be able to have a room similar size to this one so that I could have a range cooker, island like this one, and a butler sink.
That's the exact features of their preferred property, but what about their preferred location?
I would like it to be a bit quieter. I don't like a lot of noise. This is quite noisy where we live now.
I think it's also important that if there's a village community, that we can get to know that community.
So why have they chosen to flee as far as Oxfordshire?
I've got 2 sisters who live not too far away, Berkshire way. I'd like to be a bit closer to them.
I would very much like to be near the Thames so that I could get a boat. Very interesting if I could go up the Thames and see some of the other places.
I think he thinks he's going to be Captain Pugwash.
Their current home is already on the market, but after they've doled out 3 deposits to help their sons move, what's the budget left over for Barry and Karen's rural relocation?
We would start at £600,000 and we would go up to £800,000, but that would have to be the absolute finished product and tick all our boxes.
Downsizing. It is always a little bit tricky. You see, the buyers say they want a smaller property, but they tend to want room sizes just like they have in their current home. For today's buyers, well, their requirements do seem modest. They want 3 bedrooms, 2 reception rooms and a double garage. But to find that on the edge of a village in Oxfordshire, in a quiet location, at the lower end of their budget, so there's plenty of money left over for the boys, now that is going to be the challenge. Karen wants to move closer to her 2 sisters, so our house search will take us near to the Berkshire border and into the villages of South Oxfordshire. And of course, we're hoping to quench Barry's nautical cravings as our locations lie between Oxford and Henley-on-Thames, all within easy reach of the river. Over the next couple of days, we'll be taking Barry and Karen on a tour of some beautiful country homes, but I'll be keeping the prices to myself until after the house tours. And of course, we're saving the mystery house for last, where we'll be stepping into the medieval past to find something for their future. Good morning to you both and welcome to Oxfordshire. It's a great choice of county, isn't it? It's
beautiful.
And a beautiful day.
Lovely.
Now, you managed the first part of your escape, but do your sons know you're even here?
Yes, they do now.
And are they ready for it?
Not really.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is a big lifestyle change for the 2 of you, but I imagine it's going to be even bigger for them.
Yes, it will be. We've always been there for them, and now it's time for us to go and make our own life, and they've got to get on with their own.
So what exactly are you looking for?
We are supposed to be downsizing.
Exactly, downsizing. I mean, you've got 8 bedrooms at the moment. That's going to be a major shift for the 2 of you.
It is. That we have to do it.
You don't want to spend half the time cleaning the place either, do you?
No, I know. That's what I do all day.
So it's something smaller, you know, less
and manageable.
work to be, manageable.
Well, of course, with a smaller house, you can still have plenty of open space around you out here in Oxfordshire.
Well, that's what we'd like, the countryside. And a small garden. I would like a garden. Nothing this big.
No.
And the river.
And
of course,
the river.
being here in Oxfordshire.
Yes.
Well, that's
access to the river and your
That's
new
something
hobby.
I'd like to do. I'd like to try and see if I'd be near the river and hopefully do a bit of boating.
And the budget, £600,000 to £800,000. It's healthy for what you're looking for, but a very wide range.
We could go up to 800,000 and we'd feel comfortable with that. So obviously we're in your hands and see what sort of
What do
value
you
the
find?
properties are.
You are in our hands, and I understand we haven't got much time either.
No.
Your property,
Not really.
under offer?
Well, we've got an offer on the house and we have to move out in 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
OK, no pressure.
No pressure.
It's a good job we've got brilliant houses to show you. And, of course, the mystery house. I'm feeling confident.
Come, let's go.
With a top budget of £800,000, Barry and Karen want to downsize to a detached character property that has at least 3 bedrooms, an ensuite bathroom, a spacious kitchen diner and 2 separate reception rooms. They also want a double garage and a low-maintenance garden. The location needs to be on the edge of a village away from busy roads, as Karen wants some peace and quiet. And Barry's keen to be close to the Thames, as he'd ideally like somewhere to moor a boat. So, without further ado, it's time to cast off and head straight to our first property. We're travelling to South Morton in South Oxfordshire. South Morton is a pretty rural village surrounded by open countryside. Yet there are good road links out of the village, which could be useful for Karen to travel into Berkshire to see her two sisters. The village has a church, a chapel and a pub. Set on a corner plot is our first house, a beautiful detached period cottage. Right, step through here. This is your front garden. As you can see, we are right next to the village road, but that does mean you're very close to the village. How do you feel about that?
It would be a problem for us, I think that, and particularly for Karen, because noise affects her far more than me.
And, I mean, this is the middle of the day. I just wonder if rush hour it gets worse.
Oh, on the whole, it has been quite quiet, and I think we'll see the difference when we go into the house.
Okay.
And talking of the house, let's have a look at it. This is it.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Lovely.
It does look nice.
Yeah.
Not too big a garden, so I won't be sort of spending all the time mowing the lawn.
No. And you do get a bit more space at the back, but we'll see that later on. Right, straight into lovely bright hallway.
It's nice.
And we're going to go through here to the first of the reception rooms in this property.
It's a nice room.
Oh, it's nice and bright, isn't it?
Lots of windows.
A lot of windows.
We've got the lovely French doors there, looking out onto the open farmland.
I like the fireplace.
You've got working fireplaces
And that's a working
there.
fireplace.
Yeah.
Great feature for the room, lovely and warm. You want
nice.
2 reception rooms from
We
rooms,
do.
definitely.
We do.
Who would get this one, do you reckon?
Depends what the other ones are.
Yeah,
I'll get the nice
as long as
one.
I get the best one.
No.
Good point. Let's have a look through here and have a look at another one.
Okay.
Up through here, this was the old garage. They've created a second reception room.
It's a nice room.
They've done a good job, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's quite bright.
Well, yeah, you've got the windows
Yes.
either
You've got
side.
the that's right.
Views.
Yeah.
We've got the view at the back.
And that door just there leads through into a utility space and a boot room, and then out onto the garden.
Oh right, okay.
That's good.
That's nice. No, it's a good size, isn't
It's
it?
a nice room.
Yeah.
And we are in the extension, but it's definitely got that cottagey feel, hasn't it?
It
Yeah.
has. It's a nice room.
It's good.
And this is just one side. This is the extension. So let's pop over and see some more. Moving back from the converted wing into the original cottage, the ground floor also has a cloakroom, a compact study complete with countryside views, and a large dining room featuring another attractive fireplace. But next door, there's yet more space to dine, and the high-quality finish there should make Karen feel at home. So here is the kitchen, and what do you think of it?
Oh, this is nice,
This
isn't it?
lovely.
Come over and have a good look.
This is very good.
Got my island.
Yeah, you got the island. Okay, and it's
Yes,
bright, isn't it?
It's very bright.
Room for a big table. I mean, they've created it in the
Yes.
corners. You've got extra seating.
Yes.
And that's nice, isn't it? The alcove over there.
And a snug.
Yeah.
So, really,
is
that's an
very
extra
good.
reception
It is.
room. You
It
could
is, really.
watch television
Yes.
at opposite ends of the house.
Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, by the way, there's no
would.
noise from outside, is there? We're not hearing any traffic.
No.
It's winning you over.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm quite sold on it.
Halfway through the tour, and although Barry is sold, I'm not sure Karen is ready to reach for her checkbook just yet. But there's plenty more to see, so let's find out if the upstairs will persuade her. Come through.
Yeah.
This is a good example of one of the bedrooms.
Reasonable size, isn't it?
Yes. Quite good size.
Not that large,
yeah,
but it's.
it's fine.
Big enough
good
for one of your
size.
boys, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
when they
yeah.
come down to visit us,
Yes, yeah.
they'll think this is quite nice.
I think it's more than nice,
Yes.
particularly when you consider there's an ensuite behind them.
Oh, that's a nice room.
Oh, that's fine, isn't it? And it's got a shower.
Yeah.
And we've got built-in wardrobes here as well. So you've got your cupboard space built in. You get enough in this room.
Yeah, no, it's good,
Yeah,
good
it's
size,
big
isn't
enough.
it? Good size.
There are 3 further guest bedrooms on the first floor, another good-sized double and 2 smaller, cosy cottage-style single rooms. And there's the family bathroom, complete with roll-top bath. But next, we're going to take a look at the master suite.
Oh, this is
This
nice,
is
isn't
lovely.
it? Isn't this a nice room?
I see you immediately look
Yeah.
up. We are
Yeah.
up in the
Beams.
eaves. You've got
Yes.
the beams.
It's a lovely
No,
room.
nice and
Yes.
nice and
Yeah.
bright. I mean, nice to wake up and look out the back
Yeah.
there and just see that view.
Yeah.
And you have an ensuite just around there too.
Oh, excellent.
Could this work for you, the two of you?
I think it could.
This is a lovely room.
Isn't it tremendous?
Tremendous.
Tremendous. I'd say so. You know, it's
Oh.
really bright and everything else. And
I think
no.
he likes it, Karen.
I think so.
This house has really impressed Barry. It looks like he's already packing to move in. but the jury's still out on whether his wife will be joining him. So here we are at the other part of the garden. I like it. It's got a couple of levels. They've made some dimensions out here.
Yes.
Mature trees.
Yeah.
Got a cherry blossom, an apple tree. And you're, well, on one side looking onto open fields,
Yes.
but of course you are also on the other side, back by the road.
Yes.
Well,
It is a lovely house.
it's a beautiful house.
Beautiful.
And
they've done it beautifully, but I'm not sure about this road.
well, you can't make up
Yes.
your mind just yet because you don't know how much it's on the market for, which is my next question. What do you think?
I would say possibly 700,000.
Okay. Barry, what are your thoughts?
A little bit higher, 725.
Well, for a couple who don't know the area that well, you're actually pretty good at this. And Barry, you are spot on. It's on the market at £725,000.
Great. The house is extremely nice. Garden's a little bit too small.
Big issue, I think, this road.
Yeah.
So, which is a shame. House was lovely.
The house was lovely.
The house is indeed lovely.
Yeah.
So spend a bit more time with it. Why don't you? While you've got the chance.
Okay.
And I will see you later on.
Okay,
Thank you.
On the market for £725,000, this beautiful cottage is chock full of character features and has 5 bedrooms, 2 of which come with ensuite bathrooms. There are also 3 reception rooms, including a family room for Barry. He can crank up his jukebox without disturbing Karen at the other end of the house in the large kitchen breakfast room. This is a great property, and it does meet all of their criteria and more. But will its roadside location bypass its benefits?
The property itself looked lovely. It couldn't have been nicer. They have done it beautifully. But that road, you really can hear it.
I think the kitchen, the master bedroom, the main lounge, and also the dining room. I think they're nice rooms. The garden, I would have liked something a little bit bigger, but that would not necessarily be a major concern if there wasn't the noise.
It's quite quiet out here now, isn't
It is
it?
now.
It is now. Well, we're not done yet. There's still a lot more to see in Oxfordshire.
Excellent.
With Barry's ambition to buy his very first boat, a trip to Oxfordshire wouldn't be complete without visiting Henley-on-Thames. It's a picturesque town on the banks of the river, and just a short walk from the water is the pretty market square with its impressive town hall, shops and restaurants. Barry and Karen are meeting up with Town Mayor Jennifer Wood to find out more about the town's rich heritage. Henley was founded in the 12th century as a port supplying timber and grain and was once pivotal to trade between Oxford and London. By the late 16th century, it had become a major centre for the production of malt. But it wasn't until the 17th and 18th centuries that the town's wealth was really established.
This was the time that the merchants stayed here, they built here. The nearer to the river they were, the wealthier they were. Unfortunately, though, with the advent of the railway, the river wasn't so important because it was easier, probably cheaper and quicker to transport goods by rail than by river. All was not lost, because what the river became full of was pleasure boats. And that's how Henley's known today.
Henley's history is intrinsically linked to the river, which is now a centre for both recreation and sport. The town is best known for its annual Royal Regatta, which is held every summer, attracting some of the world's finest rowers. It's also a highlight on the British social calendar. Jennifer is taking Barry and Karen along the idyllic stretch of water used in the competition.
When did it become a Royal Regatta?
Well, it started in 1839, but it became a royal regatta when Prince Albert visited in 1851. Since then, every royal head of state has become a patron, and they do come, not every year, but they do come and visit. Most years, yeah.
Situated a mile and a half downstream from Henley is Temple Island, which is dominated by an ornamental folly built in 1771, designed by the English architect James Wyatt. With wonderful views across the river, this venue has long been used as a vantage point to watch the regatta. And the island itself marks the start of the rowing competition, which has a unique match racing format.
So what sets Henley apart?
In the Royal Regatta, you have only 2 boats rowing at one time. In an international regatta, or anywhere else actually, even at Dorney, you can have 7 or 8 boats going at once.
There may only be 2 teams competing for glory in Henley's regatta, but we've got 3 properties in the running for our house quest, so it's time to head to the next destination. For our second port of call, we're travelling 6 miles south towards the edge of the county border to the village of South Stoke, which is just over a mile away from Goring-on-Thames. In 2009, Goring-on-Thames was crowned Oxfordshire Village of the Year. There's a good choice of shops, and the local railway station has direct links to London, which could be particularly useful for when Barry and Karen's 3 sons come to stay. And to tempt them further, back in South Stoke, they'll find a village pub. Within walking distance from the river and situated in a quiet no-through road is our second property.
Not too much noise in the road?
No.
No.
Happy about that?
A lot
Yes,
quieter.
not quieter.
Unless you've closed the road or beforehand.
No
Okay.
trickery.
Didn't arrange that.
This is how it is. What about the house itself?
Initially, it looked quite a small house, but I see it goes back further than I expected.
Well, we are downsizing.
Yeah, of course.
You're right,
I
it
know,
is-
we are downsizing.
It is a smaller house.
And it's
get used to that.
and it's got a garage.
A double garage,
Double
no
garage.
less.
Double.
You're by the river. You're also by one of the main train lines. It's the London to Swansea route.
That's very close, is it?
Yeah, it's very close.
Right,
You'll
okay.
hear the
So-
train in a moment.
Yeah, we did.
So,
Hear, I think we heard one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will get the trains going by, but it also means you're very close to be able to get back to Essex if you want to, for the boys to visit.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
What are you thinking, Karen?
Just wondering about the train.
Well, I
How-
don't think
how
that was really a
close?
problem.
No, we'll see.
We'll
Yes,
see. Reserving
yeah,
judgment.
Yes.
You can't
yeah.
have complete silence all the time.
No, but we'll see.
OK, a somewhat shaky start, and I'm not referring to the passing trains. However, it is set close to the river for Barry. But seeing as I know they've both set their hearts on an older period property, how will they rate this more modern-style home? Step inside.
Oh, okay.
And let's go straight through
Good.
into the lounge.
It's a nice room.
Do you like?
Yes, very nice.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I feel, I don't think the room's got much character, really.
No, it
I think
hasn't.
it's very, it looks all very pleasant.
I think you've got some nice little features in it. I mean, that's lovely leading out onto
Yeah.
the deck
I like
area of
that.
the garden.
I like that.
So you're getting in a bit of light still. And actually, sometimes you can add character yourself. So it could be something you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
add in. You've
I think
certainly
you
got
could.
enough scope here.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, you could do.
Yeah.
Reserving judgment?
Yes, yeah, not ruling anything out.
Good.
Just having a look.
Well, you do have to compromise when you're
Yes.
downsizing
Yeah, that's
and you
right.
want to be in a particular location.
Yes.
It's hard to get
Yeah.
everything you
Yeah.
want.
That's true.
OK.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at the other side. Well, fortunately, they don't have to compromise on the separate reception spaces they're after. They just have to figure out who gets the bigger one. So this is
Yeah.
the second.
Size-wise,
could,
it's fine. And
I'll
it's
get my
light.
television in here, I think.
Good.
And it's bright.
So
Yes.
you've
Fair.
taken this as your room then?
Well, no, I think Karen would insist this is my room. She'd want the larger room. So,
Well, let's take a look at the kitchen now. And before we go, just want to remind you that this is a smaller property. We
Yeah.
are downsizing, so it's a slightly smaller kitchen. But I still think you'll like it.
all right.
Have a look.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it's smaller.
I did warn you.
Yeah.
But there again, I mean, there's only two of us, so
yeah.
it's not a big issue, is it?
It's got everything, it's got the big fridge.
But it's bright, though, isn't
It's
it?
bright,
It's bright as a room.
and it's functional.
Right, and functional.
I don't think we're okay. I don't think this is a problem for size.
It's not, no, size.
Yeah, I know. We can't sort of
okay.
compare it just what we had before.
No.
I think we've got to say, right, okay, we could live with this. There's enough surfaces to work on, isn't there?
Yeah.
No?
No.
I'm shocked that the modern, immaculate kitchen has failed to impress, despite Barry's best efforts to convince his wife otherwise. So let's get moving upstairs to the sleeping quarters. Perhaps they will help change her mind. Alongside the newly fitted contemporary family bathroom, there are 4 bedrooms. The 3 guest bedrooms comprise 2 doubles and a smaller single room. But we're going to see the bedroom that Barry and Karen could call their own. So this is the master suite.
Plenty of storage.
Plenty
Yeah.
of
Yes.
storage, exactly big, deep
Yes.
wardrobes there. His
Yeah.
and hers, so no fighting over space.
Oh, that could still happen.
But there's a reasonable amount of space, isn't
yeah,
there?
there is.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
But have a look at that bathroom,
Yeah.
just poke your heads in there.
Yeah.
It's got a lovely double shower.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it? Okay.
So what are you thinking?
Oh, yeah.
Karen?
It's similar to ours.
Yeah, this room's fine. Yeah.
Fine, fine, fine.
No,
I mean,
I think that's what it is. It's
It is,
fine.
yeah,
That's how I
it's
see it.
fine.
Yeah.
it's not making us jump up and down.
I must say that I'm really surprised they haven't taken to this house, as for many people, this would make a perfect home in a fantastic location. So let's find out just how much they think it's worth. The garden's very important to you, Barry. What do you think of the size of this one?
I think the size is fine. It's well maintained, and I don't think I'd be spending a lot of time having to look after it.
Well, whatever you think of this property, it comes at a price, so let's work out what that is. We'll start with you, Barry, who was spot on last time.
Yeah, OK. I think 625,000.
OK. Karen?
I think it'll be more than that because of the location from where it is. I suspect it'll be about 720.
That's a wide difference between your two guesses. And this time, well, I think you almost split the difference, but you're slightly closer. It's on the market at £675,000.
OK.
You're not in love with the house, but I do think you like the garden, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So why don't you take one last lap around this garden, and I will see you later on. Go on.
OK,
thanks very much.
Thank you.
Under budget again, this time by over £100,000, this modern detached property comes with a price tag of £675,000. It has 4 bedrooms with an ensuite to the master, the 2 separate reception rooms they specified, a kitchen breakfast room, and outside there's a double garage for Barry and a low-maintenance garden. The location may be ideally situated for easy access to the river, but it's clear they're unwilling to forego the more traditional features for something more modern.
The location was lovely, right near the river, which was where we wanted to be. We could have possibly moored a boat there, but I think the downstairs space isn't going to be enough, actually. I know we're downsizing, but we wouldn't have had enough room.
Overall, it's not quite for us. It hasn't got the character that I think we're looking for.
Decided to have one more look inside.
Yes, just one more.
Just see what it looks like.
Well, don't tell me if you've changed your mind yet, but it has been a long day, so let's get it moving on.
Right.
Leaving Barry and Karen to collect their thoughts regarding the properties we've shown them so far, the first day of house hunting comes to an end. With a budget of £800,000, Barry and Karen are hoping to cut the apron strings and enjoy a peaceful retirement near the river in rural Oxfordshire. So far, we've seen 2 great properties, yet try as we might, Karen hasn't been won over.
We can live with this. There's enough surfaces to work on, isn't there?
Yeah.
No?
No.
But coming up, the regal splendour of the mystery house may be the winning ticket.
I feel like a lord and lady.
Yeah, it feels like
That's right. Well, yesterday didn't turn out quite the way that I wanted it to. For Barry and Karen, I think there was just too many compromises that they weren't willing to make. So today for the Mystery House, it's all about the wow factor. A spectacular interior, a fantastic location, and access to all the amenities they could ever have wanted. There are compromises, but I'm hoping that the wow factor outweighs them all. The mystery property is the last stop of our tour and takes us 8 miles south of Oxford to Abingdon. One of England's oldest market towns, it's believed that some of the buildings in Abingdon date back to the 1100s. There's a range of high street stores, restaurants and pubs, and right in the heart of the town sits the 17th century County Hall, which now houses the Town Museum. Abingdon was built on the banks of the Thames, which reveals the first clue of our mystery package. And we're taking a more scenic route to get there, for its location is right on this glorious riverbank. Now, so far, noise has been a troublesome factor in our house tour, so will Karen's ears be able to take a town centre location? Now, this is what I wanted to show
Isn't
you.
it tremendous?
Isn't it amazing?
Is this one house or is it several
one?
houses?
Well, glad you asked. At one point, it was a couple of houses joined together. But you will notice here you have a neighbour and there you have a neighbour.
Right.
So one of the things about this mystery house is it's not detached.
No.
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 And I know that's something you could maybe live with, but
Karen might
how
have a
are you
problem
feeling,
with it.
I
Karen?
don't know, because it's very open, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, just to remind you what we've come from.
It's got a love,
river.
yeah. It's got the
beautiful.
river, yeah. It looks quite exciting, doesn't
different,
it?
Isn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it
And
does.
just for
Yeah.
me, Karen,
Yeah.
have a listen.
Yeah. No
Is it quiet
trains,
enough for you?
no trains.
Or cars.
Just a bell.
Just the old bell from the church.
And a duck.
Those are the sorts of sounds you
Yeah.
expect to
Yeah.
hear in the countryside. Backing right onto the banks of the Thames, this captivating property forms part of a 15th century building that was once owned by Abingdon Abbey and is tucked away in a quiet street believed to be one of the oldest parts of the town. They wanted period features, and that's exactly what we're giving them here, on a grander scale than they could ever have imagined. This house is all about drama.
Look at this.
Goodness me.
Feels like you're in...
I feel like a lord and lady.
Yeah, it feels like you're in the
That's
Tower of
right,
London or something, isn't it?
The panels actually were put in around about 1910 and they're all from Flanders.
Really?
Belgium, yeah.
Yeah. And everything is just so. Just looking at it, it looks absolutely first-class condition.
The windows are put in about the same time. You've got these lovely bits of stained glass, and obviously you've got nothing obstructing you out there, so sunlight pours in.
I think it's absolutely marvellous.
Yeah.
It's a huge room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could that work?
Right.
Could you two actually maybe amalgamate, and rather than having two reception rooms, share this one very open, dramatic space?
I think you're telling us something there.
Oh, you're quick, Barry.
That's me.
He's on the ball today.
I think we might have to, don't you?
We may have to, yes.
Yeah.
You seem to be wowed by this room,
Yeah.
but just wait until you see the kitchen. You ready?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm ready for another big reaction, I think.
Look at this. How about this, eh?
My word,
God.
look at
This
it.
is tremendous.
Come on in.
Oh, isn't this wonderful? It's an amazing
It's
kitchen.
really nice.
And look behind it, there's so many lovely little bits in this
Look at
house.
this.
I love this. This is a safe. And they're using it now. If I could open it, because it's quite heavy, because it's a proper safe. Here we go.
Oh, you like this.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely marvellous, isn't it?
But it's ideal, this kitchen.
Ideal. Karen, that's
I think
strong
you've
words
really,
from
I
you.
think you've really come up with the
You're amazed, aren't you?
answer on this one. I think so.
At last, an enthusiastic Karen, and who can blame her? The kitchen is stunning. There's plenty of storage and ample room for the whole family to dine together when their three sons come to visit. And down on the ground floor, even the cloakroom has a somewhat majestic ambience. Time to go upstairs to find out what else this beautiful mystery property has to reveal. First thing I'm going to show you is down here. It's 4 bedrooms in this property.
Okay.
And one of them actually is being used as an office at the moment.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
it's a good sized space.
Yes.
So
That's nice.
you don't get a separate downstairs reception, second reception, but you could have a space up here, Barry.
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Fine.
And it's right next door to the family bathroom. Very convenient.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
No, looks
Fine.
So you'd be happy up here.
good. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Across the hallway, there are 2 more large bedrooms, both with breathtaking views over the river. And one of them has an ensuite shower room, ideal for their visiting sons. But they may have to be coaxed into leaving once they've sampled this house's delights. And at the opposite end of the hallway, we've got one more bedroom to see. Welcome to the master suite.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yes.
Look at this.
This is lovely, isn't it?
It's incredible.
Always looking over to the
Yes.
river.
It is just lovely.
There's only one more thing this room needs, really.
Bathroom?
An ensuite.
Suite.
Oh, this
Yes.
way. Prepare to be surprised again.
Oh,
God, look at this.
look.
This is unbelievable, isn't it?
There's a shower.
Nice shower.
Yeah.
So this is a separate room that they converted into a bathroom that you could access from the landing before.
It is absolutely unbelievable.
This mystery property is giving them that mystery element they thought wasn't achievable, in that we're managing to downsize without compromising on space. There isn't a double garage, but the property comes with 2 residence parking permits at a yearly cost of around £100 each. Landscape gardens lie to the rear, with steps leading down to the river. And bathed in the scent of that beautiful wisteria, it's time to talk money. You've seen it all now. We're back out here where it all began. Peaceful, quiet, the river just flowing by.
It's a lovely spot.
You've opened our eyes to something we'd never seen, and we're only delighted, I think, that we've seen it.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be delighted once we've talked about how much it will cost you?
Well, that may be the problem.
Yeah.
That is the question.
Yes.
It's time to deal with that one. Karen?
You going to start?
I think it will be at the top of our budget, so I suspect it will be probably 795 at least.
Yes, I'd say it's the absolute top of our budget, 800,000.
It's on the market at £850,000.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
A lot to think about, isn't
I
there?
think so. because it is a beautiful house.
It is absolutely beautiful. No,
And
I agree.
I could even forego it being semi-detached.
And there's no noise anyway.
because
there's no noise.
it's peaceful.
No.
Yeah.
Stop the press.
I
On that
know,
note,
I know.
I just think you should go away and start to
Go
talk about
before
how
I
this should
change
happen.
my
Exactly.
mind.
I think so.
Have another wander around that kitchen. Go on.
Yep.
And I
Okay.
will see you later on.
Okay.
And
Right.
we'll talk decisions.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes. That is the result I wanted. Oh, yesterday, so disappointing. Saw their faces, not quite the right location, not quite the right house. The mystery house, definitely not one that would have been on their list, has definitely wowed them. For £850,000, this incredible waterfront period property is not surprisingly over budget. But it's awash with historic treasures. On the ground floor, there's an impressive oak panelled drawing room and an enormous kitchen dining room. Upstairs, there's a family bathroom, 3 guest bedrooms, and of course, the sumptuous master bedroom with ensuite. And let's not forget that location, right on the banks of the Thames with mooring and fishing rights. This house doesn't tick many boxes. It isn't detached, doesn't have 2 reception rooms, nor a double garage. But perhaps it's ticked that indefinable box, the one that stirs your heart.
Mystery property was amazing. It is a serious contender. It is something we could think about. We could have a barge like that for you. You could
And what would I do with it?
Well, we could have all your television in there. You can have a sky dish on there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then you can sail up and down to the pubs.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the property, and I just hope that Karen has that same feeling as I have. I'm sold on it.
Here they come, the lord and lady of the manor. But not quite yet.
No.
Yeah, you've got some serious decisions to make now,
have.
haven't you?
We have.
Well, let's find you somewhere special for you to sit down and think
Okay.
about them.
Okay, thank you.
Being keen to immerse themselves in the community, a village shop and a pub are often at the top of our buyers' wish lists. But over the last 2 years, 1,200 rural shops have closed, and it's expected that another 400 will shut by the end of 2010, forcing people to travel into the towns for their shopping needs. The village of Stanton Harcourt in rural Oxfordshire lost its shop in 2009. Fortunately, the residents didn't have to wait too long for their groceries because local landlord Derek Wilby took matters into his own hands and opened a shop in part of his pub. So you've been the landlord here for quite a long while. You must really get to gauge the feeling in the community. What was it like when they knew the shop was going to shut?
Well, a lot of people are really upset because, for the most part, if you haven't got a car or any sort of transport, you can't get down to the next local village, which is about 3.5 miles away. So it's pretty much a lifeline for most people, or for most of our elderly residents, if you like. And if you just got home from work, for instance, I've forgotten a pint of milk from the shop, nip down to the local shop. There you go, there's your pint of milk, chocolate, sweets, little emergency buys, if you like, last-minute items.
As well as village shops, country pubs are also facing an uncertain future. It's estimated that more than 50 pubs close every week. So diversifying in order to meet the needs of the community is something that's becoming a popular way of protecting their future. In 2001, Prince Charles set up a scheme called The Pub is the Hub, which helps villagers facing the same issues as those in Stanton Harcourt. Since then, 350 pubs in England have sought advice from the organisation, and they've gone on to diversify in ingenious ways, ranging from shops to church services and even keep fit classes. Recent reports state that only £1 in every 5 is spent on groceries from smaller stores rather than larger supermarket chains, which is further proof of the need to support local shops. The shop in Derek's pub is open daily and stocks dairy products, fresh fruit and vegetables, tinned items and other household essentials. And in terms of your fresh produce, do you source locally?
Well, we try and buy locally wherever possible from our regular suppliers, but we also have a lot of people in the village, little allotments, little places where they grow their own fruit and veg and stuff. They'd like to push it through the shop. So you couldn't get much more local. And there's even a chap who's got his own bees, wants to start selling honey through us, so very local honey.
It's just such a simple idea, yet it works so well. And environmentally, overall, the impact on just the village and your carbon footprint, so to speak, must be much reduced.
Well, it is, and as well, with the locals coming here, they can buy their things in the shop, so rather than having to go into town, into the next village, their carbon footprint is reduced. They're not travelling everywhere. They can walk to the shop, walk back home. There's no driving, no buses, no delivery vans. It's all local.
All local. In difficult economic times, it's this type of initiative that's vital for safeguarding the future of village businesses and maintaining the community spirit of rural life. It's so beautiful. Who wouldn't want to live here? And after yesterday's disappointment, today was so much better. And what I want to know now is whether Barry and Karen are ready to put themselves first for a change instead of their sons. Well, we've almost reached the end of our great escape.
Yeah.
You weren't just escaping to the country, were you? You were trying to help your boys move out of the nest.
Yes.
That's right.
And find a new home for the two of you.
Yep.
We started with that, well, let's be frank, we'll call it the roadside property. It was on that lovely village lane.
I thought it looked a nice property. And I thought the kitchen was absolutely beautiful. I thought it was a lovely kitchen. And also the lounge. I thought the lounge was nice. So I think the rooms downstairs, I thought they were very, very, very nice indeed.
Property itself looked very pretty, but it was that road. I just could not have come to terms with that road.
Well, we went from there to a new build property.
Yeah.
So not as much history. It was made in 1995.
Location was lovely. You could walk to the river in sort of minutes. The kitchen was much too small. There was nothing I felt I could do with the kitchen either. There was 2 reception rooms, but I still couldn't have settled there.
Barry, what about you? We got you a double garage there.
Yeah, the garage is nice. But the property didn't have any character as far as I was concerned.
But I think at the end of day one, it was clear that neither of those properties were for you.
Yes.
But today, the sun came out, we hit the river, and it was time for the mystery property.
It was a surprise.
I thought it was absolutely marvellous property. I thought it was really the history of the property, the size of the rooms. Then being on the river, I mean, that really made it very, very special. The feeling of feeling comfortable and the history of the place, it just seemed like the place of my dreams.
Place of your dreams, but it was quite a lot more in price than the other two. Are you interested in our mystery house?
I think it's a serious contender. We would seriously think about it.
I'm more positive than Karen, and as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to really, get hold of the people and see if we could come to a deal.
Now that's some strong talk there, Mr. Barry.
It is, isn't it?
No, that's what I feel.
Well, this is fantastic news, particularly after day one, to find you a house so dramatic and that's so fitting for the two of you, and I think you really deserve it. It's just made my day.
Well, I think it's something different for us.
The only thing that will really, really put the cherry on top is if you give you a call and tell me you've actually put an offer in and it's yours, and I can sail down and have a cup of tea. But thank you both for letting me share this part of the journey with you, and let me know when you move in.
Thanks very much
We
indeed.
will.
That's
Thank
very
you.
interesting.
We have had a laugh with Barry and Karen over the last few days, and it certainly ended on a high, with us finding a palace big enough to fit the requirements of our downsizing couple. And it seems as though finally their sons are going to have to find a new place to live. I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country. Barry and Karen really fell for our mystery house, so much so that they made an offer £30,000 over the asking price. But sadly, they were still outbid. So the search continues, and we hope they find their dream property soon. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.